There's a lot to do in Kingston, Ontario, but one thing that I wouldn't miss if I was in town is the Kingston Penitentiary tour. Built in 1835, Kingston Penitentiary was an operating prison right up until 2013. You enter through the doors into the visitor reception center, and you're processed, I guess, much like a visitor to the prison would have been processed. Obviously not as high security, being a tourist visit, but you're certainly processed. You're warned not to drink the water. You're made to sign a waiver making you promise not to drink the water, and in fact we did not drink the water during this tour. The first stop is the children's area, where inmates would have interacted with their kids, because a lot of people incarcerated at Kingston Penitentiary would have had families and children, obviously, and they would visit with their families behind the glass, and I guess in some situations would interact with their kids in the visitors area here. Outside the visitor center are the Conjugal visit bungalows, and these would be used by prisoners who were about to be released back into the community, and I guess it was a way for them to get reacquainted with their spouse or partner. The main gates where traffic came in and out, deliveries, prisoners. Well, prisoners would have been processed through the prisoner processing center. This is the most interesting part of the tour. It's the central block, the central cell area with the tower. This is where your imagination runs wild, and you think about what it must have been like to have been locked up here for years, or maybe the rest of your life. The tour itself is awesome. The guards, former guards from the penitentiary, conduct various stations along the tour, conduct a talk and question and answer, and it gives you a real feel of what working at the Kingston Penitentiary must have been like. Cells were small, cozy, I guess. Everything was made of plastic bed, plastic ladders, shelving. I guess this would be considered general population. A cell block or range. The cells themselves were apparently left the way they were left when the prison closed in 2013. Then there's, I believe it's called H block or H wing, and that's where the special handling inmates and solitary confinement and so forth were held, and segregated custody, protective custody, I guess, where some of the more famous inmates that we know about were held when they're at Kingston Penitentiary. They make a point to tell you and with signage on the walls that inmates that are still incarcerated are protected under privacy legislation, and they're not going to divulge any information about them. This is the shop where, for many, many decades, the prisoners worked. At some point, it was a mattress factory, and mattresses were produced here. The yard that we're all familiar with from prison movies. And then we go to the regional treatment center where inmates with mental health issues were held and hopefully offered some sort of treatment. Get to leave. But wait, there's more. Right across the street from the Kingston Penitentiary is the Corrections Services Canada Museum. And there you can see all the shivs and the riot pictures and different smuggling devices that inmates used. Oh, and the toothbrush crossbow, that's the coolest thing, and the dummies they used for their escape plans, and the bell they smashed, and all kinds of stuff. The torture, corrective devices, the way the cells used to look back in the day.